To many, the ability to hold an entire library in the palm of your hands seems incredible. In recent years, e-readers and e-books have been on the rise, not only with travelers and the tech-savvy groups, but also with students. A recent study published in the Journal of Library and Informative Science Research found that out of 143 10th graders, a majority of them preferred to use e-readers. Further, those who are less naturally inclined to read prefer the e-readers and read more often with it. Now, college students across the globe have been reaching for e-readers in recent years, and the main reason being attributed to the cost of books. As one student from LaSalle University put it best, the same textbook in print form cost over $100, while the electronic version was only $10. It's the cheaper cost of textbooks and the compact form of the e-reader device itself that has made e-readers much more popular with college students recently. But rarely do the benefits of e-reader outweigh the risks to your physical, mental, and academic success, make it worthwhile. Now, most people wouldn't think of reading as a highly physical or risky activity. Yet there are many risks associated with using an e-reader. As ABC News reports, the most common complaint is headaches and neck pain, followed by eye strain and dry eyes. Eye problems from using e-readers has become such an issue in recent years that the American Optometric Association has officially recognized computer vision syndrome as an issue. And it's not just the amount of time that you spend on an e-reader that can put you at risk for these problems. It's also the type of device being used. Certain types of e-readers are referred to as light-emitting electronic readers. It's these readers that affect your health the most. Research done by Harvard Medical School researchers at Brigham and Women's Hospital found that those who used these light-emitting readers prior to bed not only had effects to their overall health, but specifically to their alertness, ability to focus the next morning, and their circadian rhythm, which is the body's natural clock and response. Now, while the physical symptoms and risks may not seem that severe at times, the mental risks are a lot more concerning. Miriam Wolf, director for the Center of Reading and Learning, has done extensive research into the brain and how e-readers are affecting the brain as well. She begins by explaining how the brain, when someone is reading, makes new connections within itself, connecting new information to old ideas. Then, when we actually read, in the milliseconds following reading a word, we're first decoding the word, and then we are making those connections to past events and feelings. The concern with using electronic readers for reading and for learning is that we're able to read much faster, but we're losing that value in the depth of what we read. Our mind, when we read electronically, is only focused immediately on what it sees in front of it, and it's skipping those milliseconds allowed to make those deeper connections and to bring more meaning to what is being read. These mental risks also affect us academically as well. Studies from across the globe, including Europe, Italy, and the United States, have continually shown that students who read the same material in print form versus electronic form perform differently, and that the highest significance is that in their memory and in their learning ability. When we read electronic text, we skim the text much as we do a web page looking for specific keywords, rather than reading the text thoroughly, left to right, top to bottom. And in doing so, and not reading thoroughly, we're missing a lot of valuable information and connections to be made. And ultimately, we're retaining less in our short-term memory, and more importantly, in our long-term memory. A study done by a professor of education at Westchester University gave a group of students a text to read. Half of the group read it electronically, the other half in print. They were then given the same exam and asked to take the test. The end results were clear. Those who read the print form scored slightly higher than those who had read the electronic form. But more importantly, those who read the print form were better able to recall specific events and the order in which those events occurred. Another issue with e-readers that affects us in the classroom is their design and functionality. Many of today's e-readers are designed to do more than one thing and not just be an e-book anymore. They allow you to surf the web, check email and Facebook, and reconnect as well with what you are reading. But with all those features, it makes it easy for the user to become separated from what they are actually supposed to be doing, which is reading. They become distracted and task switch rather than focusing on the primary task at hand, which is to read the text. As technology visionary Edward Tanner put it best, it would be a shame if brilliant technology were to end up threatening the kind of intellect that produced it. Now, while e-readers might seem beneficial on the surface, they hide a number of risks that can affect us both physically, mentally, and academically. And while you may realize it or not, when you approach an e-reader, a computer, or a tablet, your mind has a state that is less conducive to learning than if it were to read that same information in print form. So do yourself a favor. Pick up a print copy of your next novel or textbook and do your mind, your body, and your academic success a favor